Homelessness is a major problem that universally plagues society. With a lack of access to even the most basic things needed to survive, often through tragic circumstances, these people are commonly left to beg for money so they can eat. No matter how hard we try, it can feel impossible to help everyone in need. Yet every now and then, an opportunity presents itself. At least that's how it worked out for Sasha Abigail, the owner of Abby's Cafe in Minneapolis, Minnesota. After temporarily hiring a homeless man to work in the kitchen, Sasha found this in the kitchen 2 weeks later, and needless to say, she was shocked. Like in most cities around the United States and the rest of the world, Minneapolis, Minnesota is experiencing a homelessness epidemic. These people are forced to live on the streets and beg for even the most basic things they need to survive, like food and water. For people like 25-year-old Sasha Abigail, owner of Abby's Cafe in Minneapolis, it's not uncommon to be approached by homeless men and women and asked to lend some cash. Even though she may want to help, she didn't always have the funds to assist everyone in that way. She was just a small business owner after all. So when a homeless man recently wandered into her restaurant in search of some spare change, Sasha was reluctant to quickly fork it over. Besides being low on cash, she explained that nothing had ever been just handed to her. Still, she wanted to help. That's when she came up with a brilliant plan. Concerned for the homeless man's well-being, Sasha inquired about his past. "Why don't you have a job?" she curiously asked the man, whose name she soon learned was Marcus. "You know nothing is given to me for free, right?" she further asserted. To that, Marcus responded that what he wanted most was a job. Despite his desire to work, it was incredibly difficult to find anyone who would even consider him as a potential job candidate, let alone hire him to work at their establishment. That was because Marcus didn't have a permanent address, and he had a criminal record. Touched by Marcus's earnest desire to work, Sasha decided to make him an offer. Even though she had to overcome her own struggles to keep her business afloat, she was actually in need of help in her kitchen that day. In a Facebook post later that evening, Sasha wrote, "I was short-staffed that day, so I asked him, 'You want to work? I have a job for you.' His eyes opened wide and his smile made my day." Her post continued. He said, "I'll do anything for some food." Marcus knew he wasn't being hired full-time, as Sasha's company was already struggling to survive. So he worked in her cafe for just a couple of short hours that day. Yet he was able to make enough money to buy something to eat. When Marcus left the restaurant, Sasha never expected to hear from him again, though she couldn't stop thinking about him. She was thankful for the good work he had done in her kitchen that day, and she even appreciated how efficiently he washed the dishes. 2 weeks later, Sasha returned to work to open the restaurant for the morning. When she looked in the kitchen, there was something waiting for her. When you see her excitement at what she saw, you'll find it difficult not to get choked up. It just goes to show that you can help someone in need in many different ways. Thankfully, Marcus is in a much better place now.